welcome back to another episode of the 89 Garage. Today we're going to be working on the fuel system of my Ford Escape. In this video, we're going to be doing the fuel pump on my 2011 Ford Escape. It is not completely dead. I suspect the pump has a problem though, because every now and again after it sits for a while, my wife goes to start it and it does not start right away. Fuel pressure has to build up before it will start. Now, the pump is still pumping fine. However, that pump has a check valve in it, and I believe that is bleeding off back into the tank. And that is why we aren't starting. When I replaced the fuel pump in my 2006, right there, I just replaced the pump itself. I really wanted to do that on this 2011 as well, but they don't sell it like that, at least not that I can find. The fuel level sending unit is also part of this assembly, and when we pull the other one out, we're going to figure out exactly which way this arm needs to go in there. I'm pretty sure that it's going to come off this way, but it comes Johnny disassembled. We'll get in the Escape real quick and I'll show you where we go to get to this pump. Luckily, this isn't going to be like some other vehicles, and we can get to this one pretty easy. So you'll just take and pull up right here. Put that right there, and you're going to lift up this here, and our pump is going to be under here. Anyway, I'm going to set you guys up with a tripod or whatever. Let's get going. I've already taken and vacuumed a little bit in here. We are going to be vacuuming again shortly after we pull this off of here, but I'm assuming that we can just get under here and pull this straight up. Just kind of get around and break, there we go. Break some seals. And then we're going to be unplugging right here and right here as well. There's a lot of dust in here. Whew. I'm going to take and tuck these this way. Now we're going to vacuum this and just get as much as we can. We don't want any of this falling into the tank. That would not be a good thing. All right, the next thing we need to tackle is this here's a locking ring. Ford was kind enough to put us a couple yellow marks right here. Boy, our sunlight's disappearing. It's we got overcast here, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and get us a light or two in here. I'm gonna get me a little flathead and we're gonna hit right here, tap it around. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and hit out here. Can you guys see this right here? Just going to get my screwdriver and hit right there. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, let's use this. Got it. So You may be wondering why I just did that in that order, and that is because we're going to be disconnecting these fuel lines right here. I didn't want to be hitting on all this stuff with fuel out here. So this ring is now loose, and I'm going to just kind of put it under that first little hump there and allow it to kind of hold. I'm going to go back in with a vacuum, and then we're going to disconnect these fuel lines and be on our way. Sweetness, that's my weakness. I'm going to put a link in the description to this pick set. This thing is so handy for stuff like this. Okay, now this should pull right out now. Now we got to do, I think on this one here, yeah, we just push those two greens and pull back. And this pump is ready to remove. This pump's looking a little bit different to me. We don't have that great big thing right there on the other pump. I don't know if you can see. It's probably underneath everything for you. But right here, see that? I don't know if that's necessary. It's probably just to clock it. Pulling this hose up here. Oh my goodness. Holding all the 20 things at once. Okay, there we go. You gotta get this black hose out first. Oh, this thing's full of gas. I wonder why. Over here without dripping too much in the car. Never mind, that is two on the pump. Okay, cool. All right, there's a little groove down in the back there. I just pushed it in there, then we just got to push. Oops, daisy. So it goes in between there. Push. You just got to push straight down, and it'll go in that little camp right there, just like that one is. We're ready to stick this thing back in the car. Okay, so we got the new pump right there. And we're also going to be removing and replacing this O-ring slash gasket. And I think I'm going to get me a rag and kind of go around that a little bit. Gonna get, shoot, I dropped a little down in there, dang it. Yeah, we dropped a little bit down there, but it's not enough to call in about. New seal is in. Go. Again, we got to tuck this black hose around there. Okay, now this does have a spring on it, so you got to be sure that green puppy gets back where it needs to go. All right, now while you hold that down, kind of finagle this thing in. And we're gonna do our best to get that yellow line back where it was over here. It's not necessary, but it is a nice, okay, we got that right back where it needs to go. Okay, now we just take these here off. We'll just slide this up here. Bam, like that. That one's hooked up. This one just pushes on. And we'll tighten this ring real quick. But make sure that you are underneath on all of these. That these little bumps are all underneath the lock. Not too sure if you guys can hear. There's some racing going on in the background. It's down at Utah Motorsports campus. Got it. Perfect. Okay, that fuel pump is in there, guys. And other than the electricals, it's ready to go. This is not necessary, but just something I like to do. A little dielectric grease in there. Help keep corrosion out. Not that there's any in here right now, but there could be someday. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just turn the key forward, make sure we don't have any leaks. And actually, I'll start the vehicle up and we'll just make sure everything looks hunky-dory before we button this the rest of the way up. Sounds like it's all working okay. Sweet. I see no leaks, so we're good to put this thing back together. Oops, too far. Okay, and this little guy right there. Fold that over. We're done, guys. I just climbed out from underneath this thing. I was going to go ahead and replace the fuel filter. I don't know why in the hell O'Reilly, Rock Auto, AutoZone all sell a fuel filter for this thing, because it doesn't have one. It doesn't have one. I looked in the same spot as my other Escape. It's not there. So I started looking around on the interwebs, like, where is this thing? I followed the fuel line all the way up. It don't have one. So don't fret. And if you guys like Ford Escape content, hit that subscribe button. I'm putting everything that I do on these two Ford Escapes. I have two of them. I'm filming everything that I do to them because there's not a lot of videos about them. Look for my Ford Escape playlist to find more Ford Escape videos. Hopefully that fixes the issue of not wanting to start after it's sat for a while. I also did not note the fuel sending unit is working just fine. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the 89 Garage.